Okay, and then we're back with episode 3. So episode 3 of WWE Unreal Season 2, The Vision. Okay, so as you guys know, The Vision is, which we'll talk about, Seth, Logan, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and now it's Austin Theory. But we'll go through all of that. So we start off with Seth and Paul and everything, talking about them. And Triple H was like, look, at the end of the day, like, we could put you, pretty much you got to make the best out of your opportunity. Not everybody's going to be able to, have a storyline. Not everybody's going to be able to have something to do. And that's something else, too, I feel like about WWE. I think it's good that they have a lot of talent, but it also makes it that y'all can't really, like, flesh out a lot of storylines. Y'all start storylines, y'all stop them. It's a lot of nonsense that goes on, but he pretty much was like, regardless of the situation, if we put you on TV, even if it's for 30 seconds and the fans go to fuck up for you, like, that's all that matters. So then we kind of go into Penta. I ain't bring up Penta, but I forgot. That's my homie. Penta definitely up there with top 5 favorite. Settle. Man, come on. I remember his debut, which because it was obviously last year, and I was like, okay, like, let me see who this man is. I love his little walk. He's great. Love him. So we go to where he is. He's from Mexico. He talks to us, about Lucha Libre. Let me tell you something, because I'm a fucking 90s kids, baby. What was the name of that show, right? WB Kids Morning Block, okay? Where it was about it was about Lucha Libre, and I think the main character, he had Mucha Lucha, baby. Let me tell you about this show. Mucha, is it Mucha Lucha? Yes. And he had the all red outfit. Yes, baby. This is my introduction to Lucha Libre. This show right here. If you know, you know. Yes, sir. So that's the first thing I thought about for whatever reason. But so he's been working for over 20 years, right? And he finally made it to WWE. I love it. Like, the WWE is kind of like, it's like the NBA, the NFL. It's like, oh yeah, it's all of these other, like, you could technically play overseas. You could play in a big 3 league. You could do all that. But everybody know that, like, where you make the money and where, like, you hit the main shit is if you're in NBA, NFL. And that's what WWE is. There's a lot of, like, little small wrestling, like, companies and talents all over the world. But the WWE is the pinnacle. So people really do work their entire lives to get there. So when they do, it's a big deal. So again, he's been working for 20 years. He finally got there or whatever. Nice time. Again, I love Penta. I think he's amazing. Love him. So then we kind of go over to Chelsea Green, and she's Bizak. Okay, she was here last season, I believe. I'm pretty sure she was here last season. And she talked about how she worked with Penta. They showed, like, their match. Why don't they do intergender matches? Is it because they don't want to see a man hitting a woman? I don't get it. It's wrestling. But China was in these. I don't understand. I don't know. Again, maybe just from where, like I said, when I was watching wrestling. But, like, yes, when I was watching wrestling, women were not, like, they were more like sideshows than anything, or more just like sex objects. But you had people like China, may she rest in peace, that was like getting in the ring. She was tag team partners. Who was it? Was it Edge or something like that? Edge and Christian or whatever. That she was like, she would fight the men too. So I'm not understanding why we can't have intergender matches. I'm not saying all the time, but I think between the fact that there are a lot of couples, like, I like the Seth and Becky versus AJ and CM Punk. I like that idea because it's 2 couples in WWE. I think that they should lean into that a little bit more. That's just a personal thing. But anyway, talked about how she worked with Penta. It was a perfect match. They'll never do it again. Then, she shows us, like, the house that she's building. And, she talks about how she's struggling, about, like, what she should do. Like, should I... Like, I really want to have kids, but at the same time, like, I'm just in a spot in my life where I'm starting to really make, like, real money. Let me tell you something. Oh, that was, like, the realest shit that was said on this show. That was the realest shit. Oh, that was the realest shit said on this show. Chelsea said, baby, I don't know about having kids because I've been working my ass off for 10 years and I'm just now making money. When I'm telling you that is the reality of the situation, oh, it's a conundrum, bitch. It's a conundrum because that's literally what happened to me. I go to school. I go to college, I get out, I was trying to find a job, couldn't find shit in my field. I had to go back to school to go get my my MBA. I get my MBA, I get out, okay, cool. I got my MBA within like the first year. So once I'm like, I got my MBA when I was 25. Once I got my MBA, I'm like, all right, cool. I end up getting the job that I have now, like once I, like right around the time I turned 26. I'm like, ooh, bitch, I'm in the money now. But now I'm getting older, and I'm like 2-3 years in it, and I'm like, bitch, a child, because everybody's like, oh, you having kids, bitch, where? I just now started making money, and y'all want me to have a kid when I'm just now getting to the dollars. I mean, I could just now actually like start to enjoy myself, but at the same time, I'm like, I was in my late 20s, so it's like, well, girl, the time is ticking. You only got so much time. That was the realest shit said on this show, baby. Should I have a child when I'm just now getting to the dollars? I ended up having a child anyway. God bless. And I love my baby. But I'm just saying, that was some real shit that she said. So, Chelsea talks about, how she was really excited because she was the first woman to get the WWE United States Championship, which, to be quite honest, I don't understand the point of that fucking belt, even for the men. But that's neither here nor there. So she had it for a little bit, but then she was upset when she found out she had to drop the title maybe a few weeks later to Zelina Vega, which I'm going to be very clear, they didn't do shit with Zelina Vega in that title run either. That title run, which again, I don't watch SmackDown, but I do remember when Zelina won, and I remember like her reign, it was bullshit. She didn't really go against nobody. That's why now she's teaming up with her boo thing, what's his name, Aleister Black, whatever, because they wasn't doing nothing with her character. They wasn't doing nothing with that damn championship. They might as well have just gave it to her. So another thing too, because we're gonna talk about the women's division, right? In the writing room, they were talking about, oh well, maybe we should just have, like Chelsea's Zelina drop it back to Chelsea like a few weeks later, and then Triple H was like, okay, that's awesome, but then who does she go against? Who does she go against, huh? She's not on a level of like, they were saying she's not on a level of like a Tiffany Stratton or a Liv or like a Bailey. Like those people are like above her punch, like, her punching weight or whatever. She needs to kind of stick where she is, which is like mid to lower tier. But the thing is, there ain't that many mid to lower tier bitches, and she's already fought all of them. Why can't y'all just elevate her more up the fucking roster versus just keeping her in one spot? But then the producers is like, we like Chelsea because you can kind of put her in any spot. She kind of like, to me, what I call a floater, like we used to call when I was working in a restaurant, meaning you just kind of go like where you're needed, and you kind of go, where, like I said, pretty much where you're needed and where you kind of fit or whatever. But I don't like I really don't like that. Why can't she move up to Tiffany Stratton level? Who the fuck is Tiffany Stratton? Who the fuck is Tiffany Stratton? I'm tired of y'all overhyping Tiffany Stratton. It's gonna piss me off. It been pissing me off. I think y'all overhyped that lady way too much. At the end of the day, Tiffany Stratton to me don't do nothing that Io don't do. She don't do nothing that, well, because she flips nicely. She's a gymnast that flips nicely. Oh, wow. Io flips fucking nicely. I'm tired of y'all overhyping Tiffany Stratton. And to me personally, my main problem with Tiffany Stratton is she's not good on the mic. She ain't good on the mic. It's forced. It's not good. And I feel like we already have a Liv Morgan. We don't need no damn Tiffany Stratton. So, to make it more interesting, why don't you move a Chelsea Green up? Why do we have to leave everybody right here? It's not that real. Just move her on up the damn card. It doesn't bring Tiffany Stratton. Okay, who the fuck is Tiffany Stratton? I'm tired of y'all overhyping that one. She ain't that great. She hot. She ain't all that great. But yeah, so the point of the matter from what I get about Chelsea Green is she's there to eat pins, and that's what she said. She's there to be a loser. She's there to lose to get other people over, which I personally think is lame. It's cool to do that every now and again, but to just simply use her as, we can't move you up because we need you right here so that when we need you to put somebody over, you can do that. That's lame, bro. That's lame, and it's weak, and it's holding her back, and I don't like it. Lame. And like I said, the women's division is so trash. The women's tag team division was so trash that y'all had to go and get singles and put them together. There ain't even like, like New Day is kind of like organic, like a tag team. And I know like they're separate people, but like these are tag teams that are just more so like organic. Y'all literally had to pull Rhea, which is the most popular fuck woman, but she's one of the most popular wrestlers, period. And you had to take Io Sky, which is another one of the most popular wrestlers, and put them together the same way you had to do with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. It's because y'all don't have anything. And mind you, now that y'all have the tag team division, and now that y'all have taken every single great singles women, like women from the singles division, and put them in a tag team. Now the women's singles division is trash. So y'all tried to fix y'all women's tag team, right? Because it was trash. But then y'all just made y'all women's division even more trash. Because there's not enough women. Y'all don't have enough women on this roster to make it so that we can just have a tag teams division with women, and then we can have a singles women division. Y'all don't even have that because y'all don't have enough people, because y'all are fucking trash. Y'all don't know how to write for women, and it's very frustrating to me that y'all audience. Let me double check, because I think I chat GPT. I think they said that the WWE's women audience, maybe it's like 40. Right? Hold on. What is the WWE women's viewership? Wait, we gonna ask ChatGPT. What is publicly known? 40% of the overall WWE audience is women. So that means almost 50% of the people that's watching your show is women. It's women. And y'all treat the women's division the way that y'all do. I'ma constantly be on y'all neck about that. Fix the women's division. Y'all don't know how to tell storylines correctly. My thing is, okay, even if y'all don't want to put no women in there, how about y'all watch like the housewives, the Real Housewives? You'll watch daggone, bitch, I don't care if y'all watch baddies, but y'all need to watch shows with women ensembles so y'all can understand what they do, why women actually care, and take that and turn it into the WWE, pot of gumbo. We don't care about whatever it is that y'all are doing over here. If I see Rhea and Io go against the Kabuki Warriors one more time, I will indeed flip my entire TV over. We don't want to see it. It's boring because y'all don't have enough women in the company to even, or maybe y'all do, but y'all not utilizing them correctly to freaking have a division that makes sense. You want to know a storyline that was fire and made sense? Jade, Naomi, and fucking Bianca. That's a good storyline. That's how you fucking tell a story between women. Deceit and lies and backstabbing, bitch. That's how you do it. It sounds like another episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, bitch. Watch a season or two of the Real Housewives. Do each daggone city. Okay? Watch it, binge watch it, and then come back to us as women with something on this daggone thing. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm tired because the women deserve better. And Evolution showed that the women deserve better, and y'all are trash for not giving it to them. Suck my dick. I'm over it. Let's move on. Anyway. And like I said, and I even had this in my notes, I could see Chelsea Green as a New Jersey housewife. Like, Chelsea Green would fit in perfectly with the new housewives, with the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like, she would do her big one. Loved it. Anyway, when her and Zelina did their match or whatever, Zelina kind of fucked it up, like, on the 619. But even when she fumbled the 619, she still broke Chelsea's nose. Like, and I think Chelsea said her nose had been broken like 4 or 5 times. She can't get it broken again. My goodness today, okay? So then we move on to Seth and the Vision and all that other stuff. So they said that Seth and Paul Heyman was the one who actually chose Braun. Like, they handpicked Braun and Bronson Reed because they feel like, they're pretty much trying to set up the succession plan for moving forward. They need people that's going to, lead into the future. Once Seth ain't here no more, CM Punk, all these other people are not here. And that's who they think it should be. We also see that Penta had his own Lucha Libre school. That was really, really cute. So then we have the Money in the Bank, right? Money in the Bank fight, okay? And the way that it was supposed to go is that Seth and LA Knight towards the end was both supposed to be up on the ladder, fighting each other. And LA Knight was supposed to look like he had it, and then Seth was supposed to take it from him. However, when they got into the ring, that is not what happened. This whole scene to me was one of the best scenes of the show because it was clear that, like, what was going on was, like, real. Them niggas was not listening at all. When it was close to the finish, Seth did something completely different. LA Knight did something. LA Knight was taking forever to get back in the ring. That's what happened at first. Then when he did get him back down on the ring, him and Seth kept fighting versus going up the ladder together at the same time. They was in gorilla piss. They were so mad. They was like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening? What is happening? No. This is what's happening. What is happening? They was so fucking mad. By the time it was over, Seth was pissed off because he knew that he didn't do it right. LA Knight just looked kind of like disheveled. And he went over to Triple H. Triple H was like, look, this is my whole thing. This whole thing was set up for you. It was set up for you to be the star. And you completely missed the boat. Like, you completely missed it. Now, this is why you don't listen to Twitter. Because after I was done with the show, right, I saw that LA Knight was trending. I'll go and I don't know, it's a lot of clickbait shit, but I saw it being framed as when Triple H was talking to LA Knight, they was framing it as, oh, this is when Triple H like let LA Knight know that he wasn't gonna win the Money in the Bank. That never happened. That wasn't that part, at least. When he was sitting down next to Triple H, and y'all see that picture that they keep putting around on Twitter, that's after the match. After they both have botched it. That's what happened. Now, people are saying that they think that that match being messed up is why LA Knight got buried. There is a whole theory. I'm not necessarily against that theory either. That Triple H and the WWE is going out of their way to bury LA Knight for whatever reason that is. I've been saying forever, I don't understand why LA Knight isn't getting pushed. Like, I forgot who said it. They was talking about actually Braun and Bronson, and they was like, you have some people who, you know, you got tiers. It's like, oh no, I think Bronson said it's tiers, where it's like, you got lower tier, mid tier, and then high tier. He said, and I feel like compared to the high tier, I was right here, and I just needed a little bit of a push. And then somebody behind the scenes said the same thing, like sometimes you need to just give these people a little bit of push over the top. I've been feeling like that forever about LA Knight since he's been on Raw. LA Knight has a great fan base. He's good in the ring. I do think that he stumbles sometimes on a mic, but that's okay. He could get better. And I do think he kind of messed up that opportunity, because to me as a fan, if I would have saw that ending, it would have at least made me feel better. Like, okay, so they want to give LA Knight a chance. That's how it would have came off to me as a fan. And I feel, which is why I was pissed off, and it could be why for the John Cena tournament, why they didn't push him as far. But I felt like if anybody should have won the John Cena tournament, it should have been either Carmelo Hayes, and if y'all didn't want to give it to him, fine. It should have been LA Knight, because LA Knight would have actually needed that, and not Gunther. And I'm so happy that we are now a few weeks right, and my theory was absolutely right. Y'all making Gunther tap Cena out did nothing. It was pointless. It did nothing. Nobody even gives a shit that Gunther did it. He got heat that first night and then regularly heat after that. I am so happy that what I said was absolutely true. Y'all was better off putting LA Knight over. I don't know what the hell y'all got against that man, but it is clear that there is something that y'all got against him. And maybe, so people who are saying maybe him botching that is why they was like, you want to know what? Never mind. Which is kind of what they did to Jey Uso last season. They pretty much set it up like Jey Uso, he does a great entrance and all that, but he be fucking up in the ring, which he do, and he be getting gassed out, which he do. So they did kind of like, they brought him down a little bit, because now he's back in a tag team with his brother. He ain't in singles no more. They don't want to push him. Y'all better put LA Knight back on my damn TV. He better be in a Royal, or guess what, Hunter? If LA Knight is not in the Royal Rumble, guess what, Hunter? I know something. Know that. Know that I know something. If I don't see, if I don't see that, me and you, okay? Also, I pointed out that there was this guy, what is his name, The Abyss, I think, Chris. Last season, that nigga was super high strung, and I was listening to Jim Cornette, and he said that, like, that's really how he is. Like, he's super, like, very, like, oh my gosh, did I do that good? Did I do great? Did I do good? And he's, like, always like that. And he was just like that in this season, too. Because after this match, he was completely freaking the fuck out. And Triple H had to come to him and be like, it's okay. Like, it's not your fault. Like, you can't. Which I love that. You can't go in there and wrestle for them. All you can do is tell them what to do. But at the end of the day, when they get out there, it's their decision on how they want to move within the match. And, you know, it just is what it is. But Chris was super high strung. That was funny to me. But yeah, we ended it on Penta. Penta's great. People like Penta. I love Penta. That's just that I'm at. Let's move on to episode 4. Episode 4, Performance Act. So what does it work? So they start off with talking to Paul Heyman and asking him what does it work, and he was like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm one of the people that hate this show because I grew up in a time where the WWE or the wrestling was about secrecy, and people would actually be like banished, like, you know, if they gave out secrets. So to now have to sit here in your face and talk about what a work is and what a pop is and what this is and what that is, it don't make me feel good as somebody that didn't grow up in that. So he was like, we just gonna treat this just like a deposition, you tell me, and I'm gonna do the best. So from my understanding, a work is when the WWE, or is when the wrestling company makes you think like something happened when it really didn't. Like, they made you think something happened, but it's really for like a long-term story play, right? So they showed a lot of different ones. I think when what's that man's name? Kevin Nash, I think that's his name. And he took off the thing and he wasn't really hurt, like his leg wasn't really hurt. They talked about the Sandman when he acted like he was blind, but he wasn't really blind. The one that they did show that I actually remember because I watched it live is when the limo blew up. When they was trying to act like Vince McMahon died. But I am almost positive. I need to do my research. I am almost positive, though, that they never got to finish that storyline because I think everything with Chris Benoit, and I'm only saying that because I remember when everything happened with Chris Benoit, I think when they came on the air, I believe Vince McMahon was like, we were going to, you know, finish the storyline, you know, about Vince McMahon, you know, and his death and stuff, but given everything that happened, I am almost positive. Y'all get in the comments and tell me if I'm right, but I am almost positive. Hold on. I got it up right here. Did the blowing up of the limo happen around the time Chris Benoit happened? I'm pretty sure. I don't remember a lot of shit about wrestling, but I feel like that absolutely happened. I knew it. Yes, they happened essentially at the same time. June 11th is when Mr. McMahon limo exploded, and then June 22nd is when everything. I knew it. Bitch, see, I don't remember a lot about wrestling, but certain things do stand out to me, and that was one of them. But anyway, that was a work too. So something else too, right? Oh, baby, something else too. And I'm just like, oh my God, it just has to be like a TKO thing that's over Triple H's head. Has to be. Because why would he say it like this? Triple H said that one of the hardest parts, right, recently is that they have, and this is what he said, his words, he said, for business reasons, we have to do more shows. AKA, we want more money. TKO want more money. Y'all don't have to do anything. And when I think he says we have to, I think he means TKO is telling us we need to squeeze as much out of this as we can. So what he was saying is that he said for business reasons, we have to do more shows. So it makes it kind of hard when you have, you know, like Backlash is right now, you know, and then maybe like less than a month later you have SummerSlam, and then 3 weeks later. Yes, so thank you for acknowledging what we've all been saying, which is that there are too many PLEs. It's way too many PLEs. It doesn't give the story enough time to build. It doesn't give the story enough time to breathe, because essentially what y'all are doing is always just trying to get to the next PLE. And it's not helpful when there's a PLE every daggone month, or every 4 to 6 weeks there's a PLE. So when your really, really big shows like SummerSlam and WrestleMania come up, it's kind of like, what are we doing? Because we did a lot of our big angles during, you know, to lead up to these PLEs. I'm so glad that you acknowledge that. And when he says for business reasons, we have to do more shows, it gives me, I would like to not do as many PLEs, but TKO said that, like, we have to squeeze every dollar out of it, so we are pretty much forced to put on all these other shows, like, for example, WrestlePalooza, which y'all had no plans on doing, but did it because of the deal that y'all have with ESPN, and I'm telling y'all, it's messing up the product. We need to, please, goodness, let's cut down on the amount of PLEs. We don't need that many. Let's do WrestleMania. Well, we could do what they used to do back in the day. Royal Rumble. Ooh, I almost messed up my nail. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Backlash. That's 4. That's 1 a quarter. I think that's fine right there. Oh, and Money in the Bank. We could throw Money in the Bank there. That's 5. That's 5 PLEs that you have to do for 12 months. That means maybe every 2 to 3 months you're doing something, right? I think that works way better than Castle in the Kingdom and bitch, no, Clash in Paris, and then the King of Ring of Honor, and then this other Backlash Part 2, and then it's just so many PLEs. And then not only are there PLEs, then you also have the Saturday night main events that y'all are now doing. It's too much. And that's one of the main problems, like not just with WWE, with a lot of like entertainment, like basketball. I don't watch football, so I don't know what the fuck y'all do over there. But like basketball and WWE, it's too many things going on in too many different places. And that's another thing too. Like everybody is so spread out. Like y'all do some of y'all PLEs on Peacock, and then some y'all don't anymore. And then you do NXT here, but Raw here, but then SmackDown here. And that's how it is with the NBA. Like one game is on ABC, the other is on ESPN, the other is on Peacock. Like it's a lot to follow, bro. It's a lot, okay? So then we get into Jelly Roll. Now, I don't know nothing about Jelly Roll other than he's a singer. I don't know not one song. I just know he's the big white man that sings the songs. Jelly Roll is 40. He's been working with the WWE for a little bit because he's been a fan. And then he really wanted to like do a match because I think they showed the match where like at the end he was like, I had to have 2 grown ass men help me stand up, whatever. And that's why I was like, I gotta lose weight. So they showed how serious he was. You know, he went to Florida to go and train. He got one house for wrestling, one house for songs. Shawn Michaels and a few people was down there training him. I thought that was a really nice time. I also like that they did this because to me it kind of makes up for, not exactly, it doesn't make up, but it kind of shows like the difference between like him and a Travis Scott situation. I think Travis Scott just wanted to be part of it but didn't want to put in no real work, versus Jelly Roll, it seems like really wanted to put in the work to do it, which is why people actually like liked his match and thought he was really good. So okay, we start to talk about the whole fake injury for Seth Rollins and how all of this is going to play out, right? So Triple H is the one who came up with the idea, whatever, right? And when he was in the writer's room, Paul Heyman and everybody was there as well. So, you know, they were like, we're going to fake this out, but we need to do it across the board. Like, nobody outside of this room and, you know, the people in the match need to know. Triple H told Cody, because he said, I feel like Cody is our guy. I guess saying like Cody is like the main star and I don't want to leave him out, whatever, because that'll make him feel some type of way. So he told him. And then Seth was like, I don't want you to tell LA Knight. And I guess he didn't want him to tell him because maybe he wanted LA Knight to feel like it was real. But he was like, I was like, that's fucked up, Seth. Like, why would you do that? And Triple H said the same thing. He was like, I'm not going to do that because at the end of the day, if I do that, that's going to he's going to feel like it's his fault that you got hurt. And for us to come weeks later and say, no, that wasn't really it, he would be pissed the same way that you would be. I would be pissed too. Don't make it seem like I was part of the reason why somebody got hurt and you didn't tell me. No, LA Knight deserved to know. Stop playing. See, y'all, this is the one time Triple H didn't play his face. Don't play LA Knight's face. Let him know what's going on. Now, like he said, you didn't want to tell Michael Cole or whoever else. That's fine. But the people in the match need to know. That's messed up otherwise. So he went ahead. I found it funny that when it was time for like the pyro, everybody was in the back. They said pyro, and everybody was like in the back was like this. That's hilarious. But then they go ahead. They fake the injury. I think they said only like 5 people knew. And let me say something. I saw some people reviewing this online, like this show, and like, oh, yeah, oh, the injury that you felt like everybody knew about. This is my whole thing. I keep saying this about the IWC. I really want them to understand this. Y'all are in the minority of the overall people that watch this show. The majority of the people that watch this show, they kind of watch it like me. They probably keep up a little bit here and there, but they don't really know a whole lot of stuff. So to y'all, because y'all are so deeply invested and y'all looking and y'all breaking down the film and y'all stalking Seth everywhere that he goes, yeah, maybe y'all felt like, oh, it was clear that it was a work. It was clear. No, to y'all. But to the average person, that shit was not clear. And I think even the fact, like Seth said, he said, even if there's a little bit of doubt, we won. And he's right, because there was doubt. There was people going back and forth for weeks about whether or not he was really hurt. Now, yes, some people predict that. I don't think he really is hurt. I think he's going to come back, cash in, da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, that was not the overwhelming majority of the people. The majority of the people that are not online, you know, with the IWC the way that they are, did take it for what it is. I thought he was really hurt. I really did. The way that they played it out, to me, it looked like he was actually really hurt. And I'm wondering with like Javon Evans, like, is he really hurt as well? Because I felt like the way that they ended that match was kind of weird too. So is he really hurt, or did they lie about that as well? I got questions, okay? So they did that or whatever. That was cool. Then we move on to, like I said, Io. We start off with Io doing a 5-minute handstand. Of course she would. Of course she's doing a 5-minute handstand. Of course. So then we talk about Evolution and how, you know, it started because social media was like, we need to take, you know, the women's division and make it more seriously. So they created an Evolution event. Now, I love how they said they created an Evolution event 10 years ago, but this is only the second Evolution. I'm not going to keep going off about the women's division because I already did that. What the fuck ever, bro. Don't. Y'all going to piss me off again. I didn't realize that when Becky came for WrestleMania, I guess I wasn't paying attention enough, that she technically took Bayley's spot to be Lyra's partner. And I guess that makes sense because Bayley was actually tag team partners with Lyra all the way up, I guess, until she got hurt. And that wasn't really that. They just wanted to bring Becky back. And Bayley was pissed, as she should have. She was so mad. She was like, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm not mad. Like, I worked hard for this. I'm the one who put in, you know, like, all the work and stuff. And so now for them to be like, oh, well, you just got to give it to Becky. Like, it does make her feel some type of way. And Becky felt like shit. She felt like at the very last minute, she came to Triple H. She was like, maybe we don't have to do it like that. Like maybe we could do it like this. She was like, if it was anybody else, it'd be fine. But I don't want to take that from Bayley. Triple H didn't give a fuck. Do they not like Bayley? I got questions. Does the WWE not like Bayley? Because I don't understand. Okay, I get that part of her position is similar to Chelsea, where it's like you're here to put people over, but at the same time, you got to remind people why Bayley is who she is. And for me, as somebody that's new, I don't really know much about Bayley other than like she's a OG kind of in the game, but I haven't really seen her like work, and y'all haven't given her a true storyline. Y'all kind of are a little bit now between her and Lyra, but it's just like I need more. So then, you know, we talk about the 3-way match between Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. I told y'all that is the only storyline that y'all really ate all the way the fuck up. It was so good. Naomi loses, but then during the women's championship or whatever, she comes and she cashes in. I cried when she cashed in. So damn good. So good. And the last episode that we have is called episode 5. It's the Pop, and this is, you know, when we're kind of getting into everything that happened at SummerSlam. Okay, Becky was pissed off because she was like, I didn't realize that I had to lie to all these people. Like, I knew he was gonna lie, but I didn't know that I had to lie to all these daggone people, and they really didn't take that into consideration. Seth was like, I'm just ignoring people, but she don't know how to do that. So that was funny. I love that Jelly Roll was very honest about his SummerSlam match, and going into it, he said, I have a fear. And it was like, a fear of what? And he just got quiet. He was like, honestly, it's not anxiety like when I get on stage. He said, it's a fear of rejection, like a fear that they may not accept me. And I was like, ooh, come on, Jelly Roll. You better get deep with it. Come on, you better get deep with it. I love that. Like, not that he feels like fear, but I like that idea of like, and that's how you know he's really a fan, because he's understanding like, just because I am who I am, that don't mean that any of these people are going to like me. And I think that's what Travis Scott expected, that because he's Travis Scott, the WWE Universe would accept him. No. A lot of times, WWE fans, and he even brought that up, they don't like when celebrities step in because y'all don't know what y'all doing, y'all don't care, and y'all don't really move the needle or even try. So I love the fact that he was just real about, like, I just want them to feel like, you know, like I took it seriously and I did a good job. Which, from everything that I heard people review about the match, everybody liked it. They felt like he did a good job. So I also like the fact that Gunther had came up, like, you know, before the matches started. He came up to Triple H and he was like, yeah, I figured it out. And he was like, what? He said, about the ending? He said, yeah. He said, and I feel like shit. He said, because I was feeling bad for him. He said, but I think it was cool that y'all did that. Then we see, you know, Cardi coming out, because we know Cardi had to promote her album. She comes out, she does it. We see The Undertaker hyping Jelly Roll up. He comes out, he does his match. His match was amazing. Great job. Let's get to the shits, bitch. Cody and Cena. I wrote this. I paused the show and I wrote down word for word what Cody Rhodes said. Cody said, and this is in talking about the WrestleMania match that they ended on last season that we watched, okay, between him and John Cena. This is what he said. Cody, and I quote, said, I didn't like the end result. Not in terms of finish, in terms of execution. I think it was beneath what we can do. We need far better. I said, oh, baby, Cody was pissed. All that does is confirm that Cody was seething by the end of WrestleMania. He was pissed off. And I'm like, I know that's right. We ain't gonna lie. Let's tell the truth of the matter. I don't watch WrestleMania enough. This is the first WrestleMania I watched in God knows how long. But what I hear people say is that was like one of the worst main events of all time. When I'm telling you, WrestleMania period last year was trash, but the way it ended was so fucking bad. And what they did not say, because somebody, I forgot, the guy with the white hair comes on next, and he was like, well, and I said, I want to see if they're going to be honest, really, about why people had a problem with it. And he said, you know what it is? It's because people didn't feel like it was genuine or authentic. And, at the end of the day, people are never going to, really hate John Cena. They're only going to love him. So, that's why. Bull BS. It's all BS. That is not why people did not like WrestleMania. I think most people, if you was paying attention to the storyline, assumed that John Cena would win. That is not the issue. The issue is the lack of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And I understand that he's TKO, so y'all want to try to protect him, but I think don't lie to my face. When I watched the show the whole year, and I was extremely disappointed that my first damn WrestleMania in probably 20-something years, it was that damn trash. And it was not, well, first of all, the match itself was trash, whatever. But it has nothing to do with John Cena winning. It's in the fashion that he won. You had Travis Scott come out by himself, get one fucking receipt from Cody. That was bullshit. And from what we heard, he didn't want to actually take the bumps. So that's why that's all that we got. And most importantly, where was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? We heard what he said on Pat McAfee about why he didn't come. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's why it was a bunch of bullshit. Because y'all set it up during the Elimination Chamber for that whole damn one heel turn that John did. All of this, oh, you saw her, so you saw her, so you saw her, so. And asking Cody for his soul just to have The Rock not come? Why the hell was Travis Scott coming out but not The Rock behind him? That's why people were pissed off. Please stop playing in our, like I said, y'all be really trying to play in some of our faces. Stop playing in our faces. People were not upset with that, with WrestleMania because John won and because, oh, John is really a good guy. That's not what it was. We understood that he was a heel. We understood that 9 times out of 10 he was going to take the belt from Cody. Where the fuck was The Rock when y'all are the ones who set it up like The Rock was a big fucking deal? Now, to be fair, because I saw that interview with Pat McAfee, and from my understanding altogether, The Rock is really the one who fucked the WWE team over because he inserted his ass into the fucking storyline and then going to be like, oh, well, I think the final boss's job is done, is here. What? What do you mean? Why did you even get involved if you wasn't going to see it all the way through? That's why people were waiting for The Rock to come out to make it all make sense. It didn't make sense with him not coming out. That storyline made no sense. And on top of that, the entire heel run of Cena was fucking trash. It was trash. It was so trash. But please stop playing on our faces. And so they said that John really wanted to make up to Cody for WrestleMania because he felt bad. And he should have. The Rock really is the one who should have felt bad. And I also heard it's because The Rock was trying to fuck Triple H over, which I don't care, Triple H get on my damn nerves anyway. But I don't like that. You fucked the fans over. Not Triple H. You fucked the fans over by doing that. And that's why it was received the way it was. That's why The Rock felt the need to go on Pat McAfee. That's my whole thing. Why are y'all lying in our faces when The Rock took his ass on Pat McAfee the day after WrestleMania? Why? Damage control. Damage control. Damage control, damn it. I'm over it, bitch. I'm so over it. So, like I said, John wanted to make up to Cody, so they was like, all right, we're going to do SummerSlam. Now, I want to be clear. The SummerSlam match between Cody and John was, a trillion times better. Oh, it was so good. And you see how The Rock didn't come out and it was still good? It was still good. It was still good. Because the story, now to me, I'm going to say this. I missed one fucking week. 1 week of Raw. I come back the next week, John Cena's a babyface again. I said, what the hell? When the hell did this happen? When the hell did this happen? And if you actually pay attention to like the writers' room when they was talking, to me, what it gave is this. Cause what did they say? They said Cody had to go away. Cody, they didn't say Roman, because Roman never did, but Roman did too. Cody and Roman had to go away to go shoot for 6 weeks for Street Fighter. And like Triple H and them is mad like, oh, but we didn't know, this is messing everything up. How is it messing everything up? It was already trash. It was already trash. So y'all didn't have much of a choice. Now my understanding is they always had the intention to turn Cena back into babyface before he left. That's fine. But the way y'all went about it is trash. And it comes off to me in this show like y'all are trying to blame Cody for that. That y'all are saying because Cody was gone for 6 weeks, that fucked up the way that y'all wanted to turn Cena babyface. Bullshit. Bullshit. So to be quite honest, there was no real lead up to John and Cody again because Cody was gone for a long time and they literally just hyped it up maybe like a day before and that was it. The point of the matter is that it was clear that the babyface, that the heel turn, the moment itself was great, but everything after was fucking trifling, and y'all might as well have just switched to Matt. Because what else was y'all gonna do? Y'all didn't have anything else to do. And as Road Dogg said earlier, this whole heel turn has been triggity trash. Trash. So then, yeah. Then we talk about, so we get to SummerSlam, blah, 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 blah. Lyra and Becky. That match was so fucking bad. Oh my gosh. I remember, because I remember watching it. I watched it live. That match was so bad. And I feel bad for Lyra because the whole, it seemed to me what Lyra was saying without saying it is that she didn't like the inclusion of all of the weapons and the props. And that's why she was like, if we have all these daggone weapons and these stupid props, I don't think she liked that. And so the zip tie situation, that was very clear. That was one of the main things. People was like, did she just slip her hand back into it? Seth was in the back like, oh my gosh. They was like, what happened to her thing? Did it slip off? He was like, and she slipped it back on, yep, and the camera caught it. Now, Lyra was like, I was hoping that the camera didn't catch it, but it did. And she did say going into that match, she wasn't feeling good. I think what it got down to is, they wasn't really, I'm gonna get frustrated, bro. They wasn't really doing shit with her character, bro. They wasn't. There wasn't no real lead up. The way that they explained it in the show, like I said, there was a lead up, but the way it played out on TV, it didn't feel like there was a real big lead up or build up to Becky versus Lyra. It didn't really feel like that. I'm talking about watching it week to week to week. So I feel like she didn't really want to do it because number one, nobody's here to see us. People are here to see John and Cody, so nobody even gives a shit about what we got going on. Number two, I don't like the inclusion of all of these damn weapons. Number three, it just seems like it's all over the place. So she said going into the match, she wasn't feeling it. And when she was done with the match, I felt so bad. Lyra is a talker, so she and watching her after that match, I was literally like this. I was like, my sis was just crying, mind you, bawling, crying, but I'm like, oh, she's spiraling. Oh, my girl is spiraling. She's spiraling back. I felt so bad for her. I really did. Because you could tell she really wants to get it right. And she was really upset that she didn't. And I feel bad for her. But yeah, that was a trash-ass match. And then, like I said, Cody and Cena was like really, 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 really good. It was really, really good. And then I think Cody was like, at one point in time, they was like booing him. And Cena said to him, like, just be yourself. And he was like, John doesn't really like, like behind, letting people know behind the scenes stuff. But, he said to me, be yourself. And then they show... And you can hear him saying that. And I think that's funny because everybody that I watch online always says that you can hear John call his audibles in the ring. I don't pay attention enough to pay attention to that. But I thought that was hilarious. Long story short, that was kind of the end of that season. Going into next season, season 3, which I was like, how was there a season 3 trailer already? That was super confusing to me. But I guess the year is over, so that makes sense. The rest of the season, or season 3, is going to be about John Cena's, the rest of his run or whatever. So... I thought, like I said, season 2 was good. I liked it better than I liked season 1. It felt more real. It felt more authentic. And I liked the storylines. I really did. I liked the people that they focused on this time around. So, yeah, I gotta comment so much. I think I'm like, bye.